Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking graphic novel review. This is the long-awaited one. I promised it forever ago, and then I took a big break from graphic novel reviews, and then I did 2 Ultraman manga instead. But we're finally at it. Action Comics number 1000, Deluxe Edition. Yeah, it's got a lot of artists, it's got a lot of authors, Brian Michael Bendis, Jim Lee, Jeff Johns, Tom King, Scott Snyder, all giants in the industry. I'm going to read you the back of the book real quick. The Man of Steel turns 80. For over 8 decades, Superman has been inspiring fans all across the globe. The Man of Steel has saved Metropolis and the world countless times over. But Superman's not done yet. Begin the next chapter of the iconic superhero's journey by celebrating 1,000 issues of Action Comics, with an all-star lineup of top talent as they pay tribute to the comic that started it all. The Unforgettable Collector's Edition features stories and art by Brian Michael Bendis, John Cassaday, Olivier Coipel, Paul Dini, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Patrick Gleason, Butch Guice, Jeff Johns, Dan Jurgens, Tom King, Jim Lee, Clay Mann, Brad Meltzer, Jerry Ordway, Louis Simonson, Scott Snyder, Kurt Swan, Peter J. Tomasi, Marv Wolfman, and somehow more. Collected here for the first time is the celebrated landmark issue of Action Comics number 1000, plus a host of extras including a bonus story by comic legends Paul Levitz and Neil Adams, variant covers, scripts, cover sketches, and the comic that started it all, the Superman story from Action Comics number 1, reprinted in the back. And then there's the back art. But on the inside it has all these Action Comics covers in the front and back opening, which is pretty cool. And this is several stories, just several stories with lots of great art. The first story is about like a Superman Appreciation Day that Superman doesn't like to show up for, so he finds as much stuff to save as possible, but he's there, and he's like, it's weird, no one on the planet seems to be in trouble. At all. But it turns out the Justice League was actually blocking his senses and working in overtime, helping people, so that they could, so that he could attend his thing, which was very, very cool. And then there was, also another story about, like, different Superman adventures from throughout the past. We had a really good one about the police basically settling something, and Superman calling them the real heroes. We have one about Superman, and it's kind of almost something that happens after the original Action Comics, where he kind of inspires someone to be better. Something about him and Luthor, where Luthor gets the means to kill them, but chooses to use it to stargaze instead of kill Superman. Stuff about the Earth dying. And Superman's like moments with that, talking to his dead parents. Mr. Mixed-Ass Spitlick trying to decide how the story of Superman will end, but he can't figure it out. A story about how it's not Superman that inspires us, it's us who inspires Superman. I thought that was really good. We got some kind of Bendis, Jim Lee stuff in here. That a little preview for the Man of Steel miniseries by Bendis, which I think I've already read and reviewed. I wasn't super impressed by it. Superman playing a game of chess with Lex Luthor. And then there is an alternate cover gallery, which is extensive. This book had so many covers. I actually have one of the original printed single issues. Just this cover, the standard cover. I didn't get any of the variants. But, it's very cool. I'm always meant to get Detective Comics, but I never got it. Detective Comics 1000. But then there's a bunch of notes and pages that talk about different things. There's sketch work. And then, of course, you have the reprinted Action Comics number 1. You can read this. You can read that Action Comics number 1 legally for free and digitally in a lot of places. But yeah, Action Comics number 1000, the Deluxe Edition. Let's talk about it. It's a lot of tiny stories, so you can take breaks. That's what I did. I read like the first 2 stories, and then I took a way too long break. But it was extremely good. What an extremely well done book. if you're ever feeling down and just need to feel a little hope, need to feel a little inspiration, this is a great book to read. It makes you feel great about the human race. It's more about our relationship with Superman than it is Superman himself, you know? And I do feel like it is a relationship that exists in the real world. Anyone who says Superman is boring or anything like that is just wrong. I have a friend who told me Superman's white bread, and I was like, wow, congratulations, you got your opinion about Superman from a College Humor video. And then I lent him some Superman books, and he came back to me and was like, after the very first one, I loved Superman. After the very first one I read, I loved Superman. And I was like, you see? Superman is the greatest superhero that ever lived. He really was. But that's it for Action Comics number 1000 Deluxe Edition. I do highly, highly, highly recommend picking this up. If you're a Superman fan and you do not have this book, I don't know what to say. This is an incredible read. It's going to go down as a truly historical book, I think. And it's really just wonderful. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I might do a volume of Green Lanterns. I might do The Batman Who Laughs. Might do Redman or a Spider-Man book. That's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time.